Warning: the following program contains excessive sweating and heavy breathing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, welcome back to the shop. My name is John, and today we have a grin and bear job. We have a suffer till it's done job, and that would be replacing hydraulic lines on the shop forklift. One of the upcoming jobs in the shop requires a heavy lift, and only a few days ago I started noticing a puddle of fluid underneath the forklift. Let's go get into it. This is a piston from inside the engine. If you would have checked the oil, this piston would still be inside the engine. So that's just a little memento. 3D printed these handles. Forklift has to have a weapon on it. Okay, so what you're staring at are these 4 lines here. These are all to do with the steering. This is a return line. It's just low pressure. One of these is a pressure send, which I believe is this guy right here. And then you have steer left and steer right. I've already replaced all 4 of these lines that go to the steering wheel up above. I've replaced one of these pressure lines already, but now the left and right steer cylinder lines are leaking. I really should have done them all at once, but it's hard to get motivation to work on the forklift when there's other jobs in the shop, so typically I'm just looking to fix things as fast as possible. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove these 2 lines down here. We'll get them disconnected on this end, we'll plug them up, then we'll get the forklift jacked up, then we'll disconnect the lines at the steer cylinder, and we'll yank them out. Where the heck is my 19 mil? Smart man would put something under the forklift, but it's a smart man job. Yeah, I definitely should have put something on the forklift. It's going to be heavy breathing 101. Working on hydraulic lines is the only way to have every wrench you own out at the same time. Now let's jack this thing up. Oh, of course it's taking the fitting with it. Okay, this ain't working. I'm getting close to cutting this line and make it a lot easier.
So it's a little bit hard to tell exactly what's going wrong here. Basically what I'm up against is the little ORB fitting that this line threads onto is spinning rather than the line undoing from the fitting. So it's one of those situations where you can't really get a wrench in, like a backup wrench, to hold that ORB fitting.
Nice. Nice. It was so easy, and the best part is I didn't even have to get dirty or sweaty to do it.
Here I'm just cleaning off the old lines. They're completely disgusting, and I intend to bring them to town, and I'm going to have our local supplier measure them and make new ones for me right while I wait. And the nice thing to do is to clean these things off so they don't get their perfect desk hands dirty. While we're waiting for those lines to be made in town, why don't I tell you a little bit about the forklift? This is an awesome tool. It is a loyal and faithful companion in the shop. Lots of places I worked had forklifts before, but for the majority of my career before this, I did not have access to one, and I couldn't really fit one into my last space. So when I moved into my new space, I saw this forklift sitting in the back in the rain, and I said to the landlords, hey, you know that dilapidated, ugly forklift in the back? What are you guys doing with it? They said, well, we blew it up and we're doing nothing with it. It's pretty much garbage. Otherwise, it's a decent forklift. If you want to put an engine into it, you can have it. And since I've pretty much never bought anything running ever, it seemed like a pretty good deal to me. So I dragged it over to my place. I pulled the engine out, and I got it rebuilt by a local shop that I have done endless amounts of work for here in the shop. Got a great relationship with them, and they R&R'd this thing in only a few weeks for me, so I was really, really lucky. I also got pretty lucky with the fact that this was a fairly well-maintained forklift. The company that used it liked to fix it up and keep it in good shape. So I didn't have that much to do to it other than replace a few lines. I put the engine in, it ran great, and I've been using it every day since.
I love driving it. It is so choice. If you have the means, I highly recommend picking one up.
A forklift is an incredible asset in the shop. Of course, it makes unloading and loading trucks easy. It's an irreplaceable tool to me now with what I do. But I was really surprised with all the other things that I found uses for. I don't have overhead cranes in the shop, so I do a lot of lifting with this thing. You can lift up a car. You can have a table at any height, bring it up and down as needed. It's just a fantastic tool that I'm really surprised I lived without for so long.
Okay, I had some lines made up from our local supplier. Just got back with those. These are really nice, a lot cleaner than the other ones. All we need to do is put a fitting onto the end, then we can get them back in the forklift. Okay, I'm gonna put this in here and just make sure this is tight first. Nice. Go. We can just straighten this out a little bit. Nice. So this is that ORB fitting that I was fighting with on the left side of the cylinder. When I loosened the hydraulic line on this, it was spinning this ORB fitting as well. So that's the struggle I was doing underneath there. So I ended up just pulling this right out, and I replaced the O-ring on there when I was in town. So this thing will be good to go now. How about this guy? Oh yeah, baby. Okay, nice. Now we just got to do a little bit of zip tying. Nice. Looks like it's done though, done being dirty. Although I never really want to say that. We got so much more work I want to do this on camera. Done. That was easy. Give me something hard to do. Well, that was fun, clean, and easy. Good times, got the forklift back in order. I'll be good to do my job this week. Let me know if you appreciated this content because although it was just simple, we're just replacing 2 lines, I've already done a lot of work to this forklift and I need to do a ton more. I think I want to capture on film. Let me know your thoughts. We'd appreciate your like on this video if you liked it, subscribe if you're not and you want to see more. Other than that, thanks for joining me under the forklift. Have a lovely day and I'll see you on the next one.